I love my new intro. Hey everyone, Meta527ii here, and here I am with my third commentary. Ironically, this commentary will also be my third commentary on Meta527ii, and this video from him is a video that I've been wanting to commentate for a long time, which is his top 10 games that aren't what they could have been. Now, he claims this as his 100th countdown, and I'll admit, it was off to a pretty good start, but as the video goes on, Meta sorta loses it. And I hear to address his problems this countdown. So, let the madness commence. And to start off, I'll be giving his first two opening sentences.
As great as they are, sometimes you get your hands on the game, and whether the game's good or bad, some games will leave you with an empty feeling inside because of how much more could have been done. And if you haven't seen the title, that's what I'm here to talk about.
I know it's me, but that title doesn't really make much sense. I know what it is, it's a top 10 disappointing games list. But what's wrong with keeping it simple by just calling it a top 10 disappointing games list? Heck, even remove the bracket that contains the fact that you're under a countdown, it still wouldn't make much sense.
Just remember that I don't hate all of these games. I hate a couple of them, but not all of them. So,
when you mean couple, do you mean almost half the games on the list? Because spoilers, having it on the list he considers to be bad and mediocre, and one of those games he doesn't even hate. Also, while I do think that worrying about you not hating all the games on the list is needed, the part where you repeat that sentence after you say you hate a couple of them was not needed and make you sound like a jack A. And to quote your former fiance Rashitsu in her Guptu 89 commentary, not even that funny kind of jack A.
So, for my 100th countdown, at least out of the ones that have been up for more than a day,
I guess that one countdown about you talking about terrible cliches that Peanut 4423 and Sonic the Hedgehog 17 didn't talk about doesn't qualify for what you just said, considering the fact that you took that video down the day it was uploaded. Though I want to be more specific, the 2017 version of his most anticipated games list is his true 100th countdown. Believe me, I saw the description.
it's time for me to vent out some of my disappointment.
That's what it should have been called, top 10 most disappointing games. Oh, who am I kidding? Let's just see how he does the countdown.
The first Final Fantasy was pretty decent. Final Fantasy 2 was fun.
I'm kinda glad that you still like the game, even when regretting to put it on number 1 on your top 2012 games list.
But the third one, not really.
Really, Meta? Really? Now don't get me wrong, I see some of your previous video and you express your hatred towards Free, and I know that you're ranking the games from the first one to the number 10 entry on the list, but that still feels kinda random. Well, at least to me anyways. Also about a sentence where you said it's not really that fun. Well, it is the worst game you ever played, but not really that fun is still a pretty weak sentence to describe it. I know you don't want to repeat yourself saying you hate the game, but try think of a stronger sentence to drive the enjoyability in Final Fantasy 3.
The fourth game was what made the series into one of my favorite RPG franchises.
Just something to bring up, you skipped that game in 2013 simply because you mistook it for 2, which you already played in 2012. Just saying.
So what about 5? It's good, but there's not that much I can think of.
Think of? What do you mean? Are you trying to say there's not much thing that this game did better than its predecessors? You know what? Forget it. Like in my last commentary, I'm just gonna skip to the part that I've got nothing to say.
So how did the Frogget shop go? By the looks of it, everything went off without a hitch.
The plot? Ha! Who needs a good plot in a franchise that's known for mostly good storytelling?
Could you tell what the story's about? I know you're trying to be funny, but you're not going to convince that the story in this game is not that good if you're not going to explain it, especially for people who haven't played a game like myself.
Oh yeah, everything went great. And Luigi definitely didn't get murdered by a truck, right Luigi?
Now I'll give this a tiny bit of leeway because I did hear that the story wasn't meant to be taken seriously and was supposed to be a satire of the past games. However, they do a poor job at telling us that. And even when they don't hire it as much, they don't seem like they're intended for humor.
I apologize if I left a long scene without saying anything, but I want to put in the fact that Final Fantasy V is in fact made to satire of the past games. But anyways, Meta, when you said don't hire as much, does that mean that the parts where the game does in fact state that it's a satire?
Well, at least not for most of the time.
I guess what you just said does mean that the game points out as a satire. Also, the footage in this segment is from the Japanese version. In the English version, the main protagonist's name is Bartz. I know that Final Fantasy V didn't get an international release until 1999 on the PlayStation, but still, what's on the real name?
It's pretty obvious.
Obvious that this game is a parody?
But the fact that it took everyone years to find this out should indicate something.
Indicate what? The fact that this game is in fact a satire? Thanks, Ryan. I sorta needed that.
Oh, yeah! Everything went as smooth as Mama's Pizza Raviola Natini.
I do like this game. This is exactly why 4, 6, and 7 were much better games in my book. Because those games use their full potential as Final Fantasy titles.
You do realize all the love for 7 sorta died down even before you started playing the game in 2016? Oh, who am I kidding? I shouldn't be mocking a game I haven't played yet. Either way, I was giving his number 9 entry, that being Fire Emblem Meridian Dawn, because even though I haven't played the game either, he did bring us some legitimate points for not liking it. So there is one point I want to draw attention to.
Oh, I miss the ravioli niti and the pasta tolis.
Characters with forgettable personalities when compared to its predecessor?
Do you mean all the characters, the new ones only, or the returning ones only? Okay, I'm done. Next entry.
Anyway, I got an easy job for you this time. Head over to Donkey Kong Country and pick up some TNT barrels. I feel like blowing up some worlds.
I haven't played Sonic and the Secret Rings, because I've heard everyone say that it has atrocious controls.
Well, it is an early game on the Wii, so it's bound to have sort of atrocious controls. Also, just the controls? Sure, controls are a main contributor to the game's gameplay and can ruin a game if it's botchy, but seriously, the controls only? You're not going to listen to anyone who played the game talking about the story, the level design, the characters, or the music?
But I have played its sequel, Sonic and the Black Knight. I love the Sonic 3D formula.
What from call it Sonic 3D style, because saying formula just makes you sound kinda stupid.
But I do like seeing them throw sword physics into the mix. And it could have been one of the better Sonic spin-offs.
At least to you anyways. Yeah, anyone who knows about the Sonic fanbase knows they can't stand it when Sega deviates from the normal 2D formula that they love. I personally don't have an opinion on the modern Sonic games as I never really played them myself. I only played the free advanced games and Rush and the demo of Lost World on the 3DS, but I know what's the typical Sonic fanbase like.
Wait! Nickname, please?
Oh, Mario Andretti?
But some of the missions are going through the same levels and giving rings to people. Ordinarily, I don't mind repeating sections as long as they don't overdo it, but giving them to these twits gets on my nerves.
When you say them, at least tell us what you're giving to the people. I know it's rings, but you can't just say one thing, go to another, then go back to the other thing, and not telling us what it is. It will confuse your audience.
Who the heck adds quick time events to something as simple as giving rings?
Well, this is a game released after Sonic 06, and I have a theory that any Sonic game came out after that game have to incorporate at least one stupid thing. Unless it's colors or generations.
What other great ideas did you have? Making a quick time event out of sheathing and unsheathing Caliburn?
Good one, Meta. Good one. Strangely enough, that's actually one of the few jokes in the countdown that I can actually call funny.
And if you don't press the buttons in time, these nincompoops won't accept rings anymore. Who came up with that idea?
Please refer to what I said about this game being released after Sonic 06. Also, while like I say I haven't played this game yet, you do realize you can just redo the mission, right?
You also fight the same 4 out of 5 enemy types throughout the game, it's way too linear, and the controls are pretty restrictive.
Well, this is a Wii game like its predecessor, so it's bound to mostly focus on its motion controls.
It's a great game, but it struggles to get into my favorite Sonic games list.
Can you say what you just said properly? I know what you're trying to say. Sonic the Black Knight, while being a good game, is not good enough to be one of the best Sonic games you've played. It's just you not saying it properly I have a problem with.
I didn't want to talk about Pokemon Coliseum again. Not because I dislike it, but because I've already ranted on this game twice in the past.
The last time you ranted about Pokemon Coliseum was 3 years ago! So what's the problem with it? Other than the fact that you don't like the game.
This joke has run its course, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've also claimed how shallow the overworlds are. None of the awesome puzzles that make the overworlds in the other games are present here, making the battles even more repetitive.
Okay, I don't like this game either. God, if I just say that again, please get Ron to stab me again. But how does the lack of awesome puzzles in the overworld affect the battles? Oh, and referring to what you said about the overworlds in this game in your 2013 games list, don't forget they're also non-existent, as you said you're only there for like 20% of the game.
Okay, here's a new complaint I neglected to bring up. The list of available Pokemon you can get is very small, so you don't have as many options for cool rosters. Especially since obtainable Hoenn Pokemon are few and far between.
Who says you need to have a cool roster? If you want a cool roster, that's fine. But this game also gives you the chance of raising a Pokemon you've never raised before. Take Arrow Dragon 2 for example. He had to raise a fortress in that game, and it served him really well.
Okay, I gotta go. Okay, Luigi, don't go anywhere till we get back, alright?
The only reason I should keep this game is to get the Johto starters and Ho-Oh.
While you are right that you can obtain Ho and Coliseum without a user event item like a Mystic ticket, you do realize that you can get a Johto Star in Emerald, right? I shouldn't say that since they can only be obtained after completing the Hoenn decks in that game, but for someone who has the technology to trade one Pokemon for one Hoenn game to another, it shouldn't be hard for you to obtain at least one of the Johto Stars in Emerald.
I'm kinda glad I have it, but the game itself had so much wasted potential.
If you don't like the game, then what's the point of saying you're kinda glad you have it? Other than the fact that it's the only game you can obtain the Johto Stars and or Ho without the use of event or regional Pokédex completion. You can't say that if you don't like a certain game, then say you're kinda glad you have it. No, pick one or the other. God.